Are you psychic?
Yes, I physically predict you're about to waste my next 50 minutes.
Is it possible you can be developing ESP?
Sure, and it's also possible I'm developing lactose intolerance, both equally scientific.
That escalated quickly.
Or another type of sixth sense?
Oh yes, my special sixth sense is detecting BS from miles away. Spoiler, it's tingling right now. And all these questions come from a video created by Numerology Angel. Amazing how they managed to combine two nonsense concepts in one name, and the video is called 11 Signs You Have Psychic Abilities. Spoiler, the only sign you're psychic is if you already predicted how stupid this video is going to be. Buongiorno, my friends! Welcome back to Spaghetti alla Paranormale, the only restaurant where we serve you fresh nonsense, debunked with extra sarcasm on top.
It's raw. It's...
Today's special, well, we'll be reviewing 11 Signs You Have Psychic Abilities by Numerology Angel. A dish so bland it makes plain pasta look spicy. So on the menu we've got a giant bowl of premonition pasta, lightly sprinkled with bullshit bolognese, and served with a side of garlic bread that actually has more evidence of psychic powers than this entire video. Can this even be defined pseudoscience? Honestly, calling it pseudoscience feels like an insult to actual pseudoscience, and that's rich coming from me. I have a strong psychic feelings we're about to take a guided tour through the Lululand.
The land of make-believe.
Population Numerology Angel. And here we are, folks. 11 signs and probably 11 things that can all be explained with basic logic.
Spider webs.
Go! Go! Go, Web, go!
Great, so the first psychic sign is being Tobey Maguire in 2002. Does that mean my superpower is crying while dancing awkwardly in a jazz bar?
This isn't referring to actual spider webs.
Oh, thank God, because I was just about to call pest control. Imagine, hi, yes, I think my house is haunted by Peter Parker.
But rather the feeling of spiders' webs or cobwebs brushing against your face or skin.
Because nothing says psychic powers like getting jump scared by your own nervous system. Next step, auditioning for Avengers 6 as Budget Spider-Man.
However, when you try and brush the web off yourself,
That's right, folks, your third eye is opening. And apparently it's allergic to invisible dust bunnies.
you find that nothing is there.
Exactly, just like evidence for psychic powers. You reach for it and, surprise, nothing.
If this is a sensation you randomly feel at times, it could be the beginning signs of psychic abilities due to spirits attempting to make contact with you.
Bollocks.
So, invisible ghosts are caressing your cheeks with budget spider webs? Cute. By that logic, when my nose itches, it's the CIA sending Morse code. Newsflash, tingles, this equal Tinkerbell. It's just your nerves firing, not Casper flirting. That cobweb on the face feeling is a known medical thing called formication, a type of tactile hallucination paresthesia. Common non-mystical triggers include anxiety/stress, nerve irritation, neuropathy, including facial nerves, vitamin or hormonal changes, certain medication substances, or withdrawal. There's even a described variant, Hutchinson's mask, a cobweb-like facial sensation linked to trigeminal nerve issues. If it is frequent or worrying, the sensible move is clinical, not a medium. Conclusion: if you're feeling spider webs on your face, it's probably not a medium, just your nerves having a midlife crisis. But hey, keep your costume ready. Sign number 2 is swinging right around the corner.
Number 2. Heightened peripheral vision.
Clearly, the next step in human evolution is spotting ghosts like a bargain bin.
Many of us have at times thought we saw something strange from the corner of our eyes.
Corner of the eye ghosts? That's just your peripheral vision yelling, "Hey, your brain loves a good hallucination!" Or maybe it's just your cat judging you for binge watching psychics on YouTube.
Something quick but mysterious that you're certain was just there.
Quick, mysterious, probably your ambition ghost trying to leave the building. Or more realistically, your brain misinterpreting shadows while your eye muscle vibrate like a bad cell phone.
However, if you're developing psychic abilities, you will see that this happens more frequently to you.
Congratulations! Now you are not just a human, you are discount X-Men with a very specific power, spotting floating laundry in dim lighting.
And these things you see from the corner of your eye will become more defined.
Ah yes, now the blurry blob is turning into a very judgmental human shape, perfect for scaring yourself before coffee.
You may even begin to see a humanoid shape. However, it will still disappear quickly when you fully turn your head.
Classic! The ghost who avoids eye contact. Truly terrifying. Or just your eye's natural peripheral sensitivity, picking up faint motion while central vision lags behind.
But the key takeaway is that it's a good sign of furthering psychic development.
Key takeaway, your psychic powers are totally real. If by psychic powers you mean your retina is vibrating slightly due to environmental factors and your peripheral vision is literally doing what it's supposed to do. But hey, ghost and humanoid shapes are more fun, right? Alright, let's get real for a second. Peripheral vision actually detects movement much faster than our central vision, so your eyes are just doing their job. Those creepy shadows and humanoid shapes you think you are seeing, most of the times they're caused by tiny vibration in your eye, weird lighting, or reflection bouncing around the room. And don't forget, your brain is a pattern recognition machine, so it loves turning random shapes into humans, cats, or whatever it thinks is scary. In short, your psychic development is just your eyes and brain acting completely normal in a slightly spooky room. Next sign!
Number 3. Dream spirits.
Ha! Dream spirits! Because nothing says psychic powers like waking up sweating, thinking grandma just wanted to borrow your Netflix password from beyond the grave.
Loved ones from the past, who are long since gone, reach out to you in your dreams.
Right, because clearly the afterlife has nothing better to do than schedule nightly FaceTime calls in your RAM cycles. Sorry ghost, I'm busy eating cereal.
If you're looking for marshmallows, there are none. It's quite bland, I assure you.
Where your mind is more open and in an elevated spiritual state.
This, bitch!
Elevated spiritual state? Buddy, it's called sleep. Your brain is basically buffering, not hosting a ghost TED talk.
These dreams often feel incredibly real and are accompanied by strong emotions when you wake up.
Oh yes, nothing like crying at 3 a.m. because your subconscious cast your ex as a friendly apparition. Emotionally real, but sadly, not supernatural.
This signifies that your psychic abilities are developing and becoming more receptive and in tune.
So congrats, your psychic power is remembering vivid dreams. Truly terrifying, folks. Next time your pillow whispers secrets, make sure to thank REM sleep and your amygdala, not the dearly departed. Dreams of loved ones who have passed away are extremely common, and they can feel incredibly vivid and emotional because during REM sleep, your brain's emotional centers, like the amygdala and the hippocampus, are highly active. Strong emotions amplify memory and sensory details, which is why these dreams feel so real. Personally, I often dream about my dad and my mom, who are no longer with us. It's completely natural. These dreams are tied to how much we miss them on a subconscious level. Our brains are just simulating people from memory. Their face, voices, even gestures. So what feels like a supernatural visit is really just your memory filling in the gaps. Grief, longing, and unresolved emotions can make these dreams more frequent and intense. And of course, sometimes my dad show up in my dream just to have a good old-fashioned lecture. Yes, folks, apparently even from the afterlife is still giving me grief. So no, it's not psychic powers, it's just my brain being dramatic and emotionally efficient.
Number 4. Temperature fluctuations.
The classic sudden cold spot. Because obviously, ghosts are just walking around HVAC free, leaving invisible air conditioning trails wherever they go.
Do you ever notice that you have a strange sensitivity toward the ambient temperature around you? Perhaps you felt sudden cold spots in the air, which aren't noticeable by others.
Wow, congratulations, you're psychic enough to feel air. Next up, sensing when your fridge is empty. Truly supernatural stuff.
The presence of a spirit is what can cause this rapid change in temperature, but it's mainly picked up by those who are undergoing a psychic awakening.
So apparently spirits are now running climate control. And lucky you, your special power is feeling drafts that literally everyone else ignores. Move over, Elsa.
I'm sorry, I'm confused.
Let's get real. Those sudden cold spots you feel, it's almost certainly not a ghost doing interior design. Rapid temperature changes can happen naturally due to air currents, ventilation systems, or even your body reacting to stress and anxiety. Sometimes your nervous system perceives tiny fluctuations that others don't notice. Basically, your skin is a highly sensitive thermometer. In short, you're not opening your third eye, you're just feeling the room like a normal human being who happens to live in a slightly drafty environment. But hey, if thinking it's a ghost makes you feel special, go ahead, just don't let Elsa know she's being replaced.
Number 5. Sensing the vibrations of environments.
Because clearly humans now come with a built-in emotional Wi-Fi. Just step into a room and instantly download the Angry Karen from last week vibes. Truly a psychic miracle.
You can pick up the atmosphere of rooms that you enter. Your psychic intuition allows you to sense the vibe, as certain places have, based on the history of the events that occurred there.
Funny how medium types always notice these vibes after being told that something dramatic happened there. Oh really? You sense tensions? What a shocker! They literally just whispered it to you 5 minutes ago.
I'm sure we've all felt the extreme tension of certain rooms due to recent arguments or heated discussions.
Yes, because nothing screams psychic talent like entering a room and feeling humans having emotions. Groundbreaking.
The people that were there leave traces of their emotions and attitudes during their stay, and you can feel this.
Dude, how do you feel?
And suddenly the psychic medium nods sagely while secretly thinking, I heard about this on the local Facebook drama page.
This psychic ability also transfers to objects as well. For example, when you've handled the personal possessions of others, you can suddenly glimpse into the state of mind of their respective owners.
Right, so if I pick up your coffee mug, I can tell you that yesterday you were stressed, cranky, and slightly addicted to caffeine? Incredible. Or maybe I just have a common sense and observational skills. Okay, here's what's really going on. Humans are naturally sensitive to subtle social and environmental cues. Body language, tone of voice, facial expressions, even small changes in a room. That's why a heated argument leaves a vibe. Your brain picks up on the contextual clues and memories of spaces. When it comes to objects, we unconsciously notice details, scratches, smells, arrangements, which help us infer someone's state of mind. Basically, this isn't psychic intuition, it's your normal human brain doing pattern recognition and using experience to make predictions. But if calling it a psychic ability makes you feel fancy while handling your neighbor's mug, more power to you, I say.
Number 6. Random memories.
Apparently, every time I remember that one time I spilled coffee in high school, it's a secret message from beyond. Thank you, spirits, for your impeccable timing.
Recounting our precious memories is something that we all do.
Right, thanks, Captain Obvious. Everyone recalls memories, but let's make it paranormal anyway.
But have you ever found certain memories suddenly entering your thoughts?
Oh yes, I just randomly thought about eating pizza last week. Clearly my great aunt from the other side is telepathically reminding me I'm not Italian enough.
If you find that your mind takes you back to memories of loved ones with no specific context,
Yes, because forgetting why I'm thinking of Uncle Joe is totally a psychic sign. Not the brain doing what it's supposed to do, just Uncle Joe crashing my mental Zoom call.
it could be a sign that this loved one is trying to communicate with you. The more this happens, the greater the signs that you are awakening your psychic abilities.
So, every random flashback of your childhood is now a mystical message. Great news! If you remember tripping on the stairs last Tuesday, congratulations! You're officially psychics, or more likely, you just have a normal human memory and a vivid imagination. Let's break it down. Random memories popping into your head are completely normal brain activity. Our minds constantly retrieve memories based on associations, emotions, and triggers, often without any conscious reason. When it comes to memories of loved ones, especially those we miss, it's natural for your brain to bring them up during moments of reflection and longing. This isn't ghostly message, it's your memory and subconscious doing their job. And yes, sometimes your brain likes to stage dramatic soap operas where your deceased relatives pop in to remind you of your failures, like dreaming you are being scolded by your dad. Totally normal, still not psychic.
Number 7. Strange lights.
So now we've moved from creepy shadows to disco balls in your vision, random flashes, pricks of light, or even orbs flowing past you. Truly, the afterlife really knows how to put on a light show.
Is quick flashes and pricks of light that randomly appear.
Either you are developing psychic powers or you've just stared at the screen for too long. Might want to get those retinas checked before calling in the spirits.
Blinken, what are you doing up there?
Guessing?
Some even claim to see orbs flow past them before quickly disappearing.
Orbs, perfect for floating through your room, probably gossiping about your Netflix choices, if only they come with popcorn.
You might also notice a strange glow around certain people when you're looking at them. This aura of light that you can perceive.
Right. Nothing says psychic like imagining a personal spotlight on Karen from accounting. Maybe it's just fluorescent lighting, Karen.
But it's important to not rule out a vision problem. But if your eyes and vision are healthy, then seeing these strange lights could be a sign of psychic abilities emerging from within.
Or, hear me out, your retinas are acting up. Those little flashes are often called visual migraines or phosphenes, and they happen even in perfectly normal eyes. So before announcing your inner psychic disco, maybe book an eye exam. Alright, let's decode these strange lights. Tiny flashes, sparks, or floating orbs are usually phosphenes, as I said, light sensation created by pressure on the retina or spontaneous retinal activity. They can also appear during ocular migraines, eye strain, or just normal nervous system firing. Auras around people, often just a trick of the brain filling in blurred edges or caused by lighting and contrast effects. So, while it's fun to imagine glowing spirits, it's really just your eyes and brain doing what they are supposed to do, not a celestial rave.
Number 8. What's that smell?
Smell. A kind of smelly smell. A smelly smell that smells smelly.
Yes, because now being psychic comes with a superhuman nose. Forget X-ray vision. The real power is sniffing spirits from 3 rooms away.
A keen sense of smell is something that powerful mediums and spiritually awakened individuals have in common.
Right, powerful mediums can apparently smell ghosts like they're cooking bacon. Meanwhile, I can't even find my keys in my own apartment.
Have you ever gotten the scent of something unexplainable that did not seem to belong?
We've had complaints about the soda machines, and I have spoken with the school board.
Oh, sure, that mysterious scent is definitely not leftover pizza or the trash. No, it's clearly Casper's perfume. Very faint, but undeniably spectral.
If this happens at times, and you're able to rule out any reasonable explanations, then it may be a sign of a psychic awakening.
Or, hear me out, maybe your brain is just interpreting random odor molecules and assigning them meaning. That otherworldly environment could just be your neighbor burning toast again. Let's be honest, Smelling things that aren't there is actually quite common. Our olfactory system is extremely sensitive, and sometimes the brain interprets random chemical traces, old scents, or memory association as an actual smell. Stress, fatigue, or even sinus issues can make this even stronger. So, while it's fine to think you are detecting otherworldly fragrances, it's more likely leftover food, mold, or your imagination than a spirit offering aromatherapy.
Number 9. Fourth dimensional dreams.
Fourth dimensional dreams, huh? Sure, because apparently while I'm sleeping, I have unlocked a PhD in advanced physics. Neil deGrasse Tyson would like a word.
Have you ever experienced a dream that feels so real that when you wake up, you are filled with intense emotions and confusion?
Yes, it's called dreaming. You wake up crying over spaghetti or arguing with your ex, thinking you are a cosmic guru. Totally normal.
These particular dreams you have are not like your typical ones. In these dreams, you see and experience things you can't explain and have trouble remembering, but you know you were experiencing something much more than a typical dream. They could be described as a soul-ascending experience, where you are no longer bound by the rules of our simple three-dimensional world. Thus, you are in an elevated dimensional state.
Ah yes, stepping into the fourth dimension while lying on your mattress. Sounds like a Marvel movie. In reality, your brain is just simulating scenarios in weird, illogical ways. Nothing supernatural required.
This is a powerful sign of being endowed with psychic abilities, because only the strongest of minds can subconsciously elevate to this higher dimension.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Congratulations! Your brain just had a vivid dream. That's it. You didn't travel through time or unlock the fourth dimension. But hey, it sounds cooler than admitting you just slept weirdly and your amygdala is throwing a party. Alright, let's unpack this fourth dimensional dream nonsense. First, in physics, the fourth dimension isn't some mystical dreamscape. It's time. Space is three-dimensional. The fourth dimension is the temporal axis along which all events progress. You cannot randomly elevate to it in your sleep. What's really happening? These vivid, confusing dreams come from your REM sleep, where your brain's cortex and limbic system are extremely active, processing memories, emotions, and fears. This creates intense, sometimes illogical experiences that feels higher dimensional, but in reality it's just your brain mixing fragments of memories, imagination, and emotions. Strong psychic abilities? Nope. Strong imagination and emotional processing? Absolutely.
Number 10. Who's there?
Hello, we're Jehovah's Witnesses.
Suddenly, your apartment is starring in its own horror movie. Footsteps? Check. Whispering voices? Check. And of course, your cat is judging you from the corner.
You've probably been shocked or even frightened when you could have sworn you heard someone or something near you, but when you went to investigate, you could not find the source of what you heard.
Congratulations! Your brain just invented a thriller scene while you are alone. Truly terrifying. Until you realize it's just your imagination or maybe the neighbor's subwoofer.
Not only that, but when you ask the people around you if they heard that sound or voice, they simply look at you puzzled and reply that they didn't hear anything.
Yes, because ghost only speaks to the chosen ones, or more likely, your ears just misinterpret random background noises.
You not only hear voices, but also pieces of music that seem to have no concrete source.
Ah yes, the classic haunted Spotify shuffle. Very spooky, very psychic, or maybe your brain just replaying a song stuck in your memory?
This should not be confused with a possible underlying medical condition. But if you're certain you are well and healthy, and experiencing something like this, then it could be a sign of your sense of hearing becoming more in tune with the psychic realm.
So, if your ears are working fine, congratulations, you're psychic enough to hear random stuff. Or more likely, your auditory system is doing its normal human job, picking up faint sounds and interpreting them creatively. Still a better story than telling people you tripped over your own imagination. Let's get scientific. Hearing unexplained sounds is actually pretty common. Our ears and brains are extremely sensitive and sometimes fill in gaps in ambient noises, creating phantom voices or music. This can happen especially when the brain is tired, anxious, or hyper-focused. Some cases are due to tinnitus, a ringing or buzzing that only you can hear. So while it feels psychic or spooky, it's really just your normal auditory system being overly dramatic. No ghost required.
Number 11. Sensing loved ones in trouble.
Yes, the classic psychic hotline. Instantly knowing who's calling before you even pick up. Or maybe it's just called pattern recognition and habit.
Have you ever correctly guessed who a phone call is coming from before checking? This in itself isn't a sign of psychic abilities, but an example of a strange feeling of being able to sense the status of others, especially loved ones.
Apparently, this is stronger for twins. Makes sense. They can literally finish each other's text.
That people could sense when a loved one was in danger, only to find out that they were in need of help.
Or, maybe they just picked up on subtle cues like a worried tone in a text or a late night phone call. Not a ghost alert, just normal human observation.
This feeling isn't just limited to people, but to objects and environments as well. Perhaps you've touched an object and felt a sudden but strange flow of energy from within. Maybe you've been in a certain room that gave you an unsettling feeling, as though you shouldn't be there. This is a sign of a strong connection to the psychic realm. Being able to pick up on an object's history by simply touching it.
Ah yes, touching a mud and instantly knowing the soul of the previous owner. Mediums must have the ultimate eBay psychic skill set. Or, more likely, humans are just good at reading subtle environmental cues and body language.
Finding out someone's character through a simple handshake and being familiar with foreign environments is a sign of strong psychic abilities. So it makes sense that our connections to loved ones would be even stronger and easier to pick up on than random objects or strangers. This ability to connect to others and objects is a very powerful sign of having psychic abilities, and they all could portend an even greater ability to predict future events that may occur.
Bitch, please.
So, if you sense your friend might be in trouble tomorrow, it's either a psychic gift, or maybe you've just learned to read patterns and anticipate normal human behavior. Just calling it psychic sounds cooler.
And even if you have not experienced these connections, don't feel as though you are not psychic. These are more advanced abilities.
In other words, if you haven't guessed who's calling or felt energy from a teacup, don't worry. You're just beginner in the Hogwarts schools of psychic awakenings. Just kidding, you're probably fine. Your brain is already doing all this without ghostly intervention. Fine, let's break it down. Sensing loved ones in trouble or picking up emotion from objects, this is mostly human pattern recognition, empathy, and intuition. We naturally read cues from tone, posture, environment, and memory. That uneasy feeling in a room or from an object? It's your brain interpreting subtle signals, temperature changes, smells, lighting, or previous experiences, not a psychic energy field. Predicting someone's needs or emotions, mostly just using experience and context clues. So while it feels mystical, it's really just your brain doing its job very efficiently, with maybe a touch of imagination for dramatic effect.
That concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed. And if you have experienced at least a few of these 11 signs, then it could be an indicator that you have psychic abilities.
No, if you have experienced even one of these signs, it probably just means you are an ordinary human being with a normal brain and nervous system. Shocking, I know. Okay, here's the thing. It's incredibly easy for some people to take normal human experiences, dreams, flashes of light, random memories, or fleeting emotions and give them a mystical interpretation. Some do it out of superstition, others out of genuine beliefs, and some just to profit. Unfortunately, there are countless self-proclaimed mediums and psychics who completely misread this phenomena, presenting them as evidence of psychic powers. The reality is, with just a little research and critical thinking, all of these signs have perfectly rational explanations. Yet, many people take whatever these sellers of illusions say at face value. And that's how myths and false beliefs continue to spread. Being skeptical doesn't make you boring. It just means you are paying attention to how reality actually works. And that's my Amici, the video of today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please smash the like button, like a medium smashing your expectation of reality. Subscribe and share. It really helps a lot. As always, stay safe, stay marvelous, and I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao!